Enhancing feedback, reflection and skill storytelling for alumni micro-internships. Introduction. Alumly Capability Growth Framework. A human-centered solution pitch. Thank you for joining me. Today, I am presenting a human-centered design solution developed for the alumni micro-internship ecosystem. The framework, titled the Alumly Capability Growth System, is intended to transform micro-internships from isolated, task-based experiences into structured learning journeys where professional growth becomes visible, documented, and confidently communicated. Transforming micro-internships, the Alumly Capability Growth System. This project is grounded in the principles of design thinking, empathy, ideation, prototyping, and iterative refinement. Through this process, we identified the central pain point: students are learning during internships, but the learning is neither captured nor articulated in forms that support employability. As a result, capability remains hidden, feedback remains inconsistent, and students often lack confidence in narrating their progress. The aim of this presentation is to introduce three integrated, research-informed solutions: Alumly Reflect, Feedback Triad, and Skill Story Builder. Together, these form a cohesive ecosystem that strengthens student learning, empowers hosts to deliver meaningful feedback, and positions alumni as a leader in bridging education and employment through evidence-based capability development. Context, problem and research insights. Micro-internships expose students to real work environments, but the learning gained is often lost, undocumented, or not reflected upon. Students complete meaningful tasks, yet struggle to interpret or explain their growth. In other words, capability expands but remains invisible. This challenge inspired the foundation of our solution. Our first assessment research supported by interviews and secondary literature confirmed a repeating pattern that students are learning, but their learning is not being captured, reflected on, or communicated in ways that translate into confidence or employment value. Three core issues emerged. 1. Feedback is delayed, vague, and primarily one-directional. 2. Reflection occurs too late, rather than progressively throughout the internship. 3. Students lack tools to transform experience into skill-based narratives or employability stories. Using these insights, we developed our core challenge question. How might we enable alumni students to capture learning continuously, receive timely and meaningful feedback, and confidently communicate their skills to future employers? This question served as the anchor for ideation, prototyping and refinement. Solution 1. Alumly Reflect, a continuous growth capture system. Our first solution, Alumly Reflect, provides a structured weekly micro-reflection tool built directly into the Alumly platform. The objective is to shift reflection from an end-of-internship recollection to a habitual, moment-based practice. Students respond to short, guided prompts designed to stimulate clarity, such as: what did you accomplish this week? What skills did you apply or develop? What challenges did you encounter, and how did you respond? Alumly Reflect, benefits. Each reflection takes under 3 minutes, reducing cognitive load while significantly increasing the accuracy and depth of learning capture. Over time, these entries accumulate into a personal growth timeline, a visual record of skill development. Challenges overcome, and achievements documented week by week. The benefit is twofold. For students, reflection becomes manageable, meaningful, and directly linked to increased confidence and professional identity formation. For alumni, the platform gains a structured dataset that can feed into future features such as analytics, personalized guidance, and progress dashboards. Solution 2, Feedback Triad, multi-perspective feedback engine. The second solution, Feedback Triad, introduces a robust, three-perspective feedback system that captures self-assessment, host assessment, optional peer observation. This multi-lens structure ensures that feedback becomes comparative and evidence-driven, rather than subjective or inconsistent. Solution 2. Feedback Triad, value proposition. All feedback is mapped to shared skill categories: communication, teamwork, initiative, problem-solving, adaptability, and professionalism. Visual tools such as radar charts and heat maps allow students to immediately see alignment or mismatch across perspectives. The value of this approach is significant. Students gain deep insight into how others perceive their capabilities. Strengths and gaps are clearly identifiable, removing guesswork. Hosts provide structured, repeatable feedback aligned with Alumly's competency model. Alumly can generate anonymized insights for quality assurance and internship improvement. Most importantly, feedback becomes timely and actionable, enabling students to make adjustments during their internship rather than after it ends. This strengthens real-time learning, increases engagement, and deepens professional growth. Solution 3. Skill Story Builder. Experience to Evidence Converter. The third solution, Skill Story Builder, addresses the challenge students face in converting lived experience into compelling employability language. Many learners say, "I did the work, but I don't know how to explain it." This tool closes that gap. Skill Story Builder uses inputs from Alumly Reflect and Feedback Try to automatically generate STAR-style skill stories. Situation. Task. Action. Result. Making learning visible. Students select a reflection entry, respond to a short guided sequence, and receive a polished narrative that can be used directly in CVs and resumes, LinkedIn profiles, interviews, scholarship or graduate program applications. These stories provide immediate value by giving students concrete evidence of capability, making them more confident and more competitive in the job market. For Alumly, the tool elevates the platform from a placement facilitator to a career development accelerator, an edtech solution that not only connects students to work but equips them to tell their professional stories convincingly. Conclusion. In closing, our three solutions such as Alumly Reflect, Feedback Triad, and Skill Story Builder, collectively shift micro-internships from activity-based participation to meaningful, visible, and validated professional development. Each solution begins as a simple, feasible intervention, yet scales into a powerful ecosystem that captures growth in real time, strengthens feedback loops, and converts experience into confident employability narratives. Together, they enhance Alumly's impact, deepen learning outcomes, and position the platform not just as a placement provider, but as a catalyst for career readiness. We don't just enable internships, we make learning visible. Thank you.